Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
What is the difference between a Democrat and a socialist?
The greatest crisis today is not the Middle East, it's not Iraq, it's Syria, but it's climate change.
Yeah. All the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
The big government lovers painted a picture of doom and gloom in 2011.
The future must not belong to those who slander the Prophet of Islam.
We see it in the STEM program. You know, people have talked about this STEM program being such a great deal.
Welcome to the Abolitionist Roundtable, your all-access pass to the 2016 Black Conservative Revolution. Join the conversation at 734-822-1600. Now, here are your hosts, Del Marsh, Phil Stargell, and Janice Daniels.
Well, good morning, greetings. Welcome to the Abolitionist Roundtable, where we try to bring you the information of some of the top topics that were in the news this week, and you're welcome to join the roundtable discussion. You can join us at 734-822-1600. Matter of fact, what I want to do is I want to ask somebody out there if you know a little bit about this. We got Chris Levels that's going to be hosting the show next week. He's from Flint. I might ask him about it. I mean, he's right in the middle of it. But if you can explain to me, I just want to know, was it the emergency manager that switched the Flint from the Detroit water, from the Flint water, and back to the Flint water? And was the water already had this problem? Did it already have this problem before they switched over? I know they needed a whole new piping infrastructure. Were they in the process of working on some of that field, that infrastructure at all? How about Janice Mayor? Were they? I don't remember. But if you know anything about that at all, please give us a call. I want you to share a little bit. We kind of. This has been at the top of the news for a while, and I have to be honest, I ignored this for a little bit, but this has become a national, and we do a lot of national news. But when the national news is in your own backyard, you better stop ignoring it. You need to talk about it.
One of the things that they knew is that river water and lake water have a different level of caustic, acidity and stuff like that, different chemicals in there. And they knew that was a difference in that, and they had to it would be the degree of chemicals in the water would vary with on different days. So that meant you had to take different levels of chemicals to bring it to potency, potability.
Yeah. So it's drinkable.
Yeah. So they knew that there was a problem with this. They also knew that there was a problem with the pipes. They had lead pipes, and that this stuff was so caustic that it could eat into that. And they knew that there was a chemical that could be put into those pipes to hold down that lead mitigating into the water.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't do it.
Del, I had also read something that there was some work going on with the infrastructure already in place, and that they just kind of rushed the switch to the Flint water. And this was in an effort to save $5 million. Now, today I read that they have already approved $28 million to mitigate the problem. So there's our government in action again. To save $5 million, they are now at the very least going to have to spend $28 million.
They don't let it get it to a point where this is very
serious.
Now.
And this is going to cost us a lot of money. And God God help the people that keep getting hurt by these bad decisions by governments gone wild, because these legislators need to stop worrying about creating commemoration days for things like the National Train Day or Children's Advocacy Day or Invisible Illness Awareness Week, which are 3 resolutions. Seriously, these are 3 serious resolutions that the state Senate Majority Leader Arlen Meekoff sponsored in 2015. Why? Because they want to focus on these issues that are blameless. You can't find any culpability for a National Commemoration Day, but you can find culpability when people are trying to save $5 million and end up costing us $28 million for an issue like this Flint water crisis. It's really bad.
It is really bad. Does anybody think that there was some stonewalling from the national government? I mean, the president was here. He didn't even come over. At one point,
I'm wondering, when was the EPA going to come in and do an evaluation? They should have got involved right away.
Well, wasn't that an EPA?
Before it was taken over by the state, what happened to the mayor? What happened to the city council making a decision on this right here?
Well, that was, who was that
because
just
went into
resigned?
bankruptcy?
It was a regional EPA official.
Yeah. So she resigned because, I guess she some of that was, her in her area of control.
Well, she was taking personal responsibility for that. So, of course, we know at the end of the day, somebody's head has to roll.
But what
somebody
about
got to take responsibility?
What about the differences between the levels of federal government, like disaster and what is it? What was the?
Well, the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. In fact, they're the ones that have tested the water, and everybody knew this water was bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, they could look at the color of it. You've seen the pictures. Look at the color of the water, for God's sakes.
And we're not just talking about drinking. I wouldn't take a bath in something like that. I wouldn't take a shower.
There was problems with that also.
Yeah.
So
you can't take a. I understand that they have drinking water, but man, this is.
Think about brushing your teeth.
you gotta have a water bottle to brush your teeth. So, but we later this morning, Phil, we're gonna have Chris Levels on. We're gonna ask him about it because he stayed right in Flint. So
Chris had some kind of.
I forgot about that.
So he's up on that. Mm-hmm. He's got to be up on it because
man, that's what. If he was, I hope he's still in the business because this would have been a perfect opportunity for him to introduce some of his products to that area, to his own city, and come up with some kind of resolutions. But let me. I'm not changing gears because we're just going to put that to the side for a minute. But I was excited to hear some good news. Jazeera America. I don't know if you heard it, but when I heard it, I was excited that this propaganda network that Hillary said was real news.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, because it's real news, that's why she's falling. Matter of fact, she's going to have another debate with the socialists. Because that socialist is he's not just gaining on her. He's starting to take the lead on her.
Beating her
and so, just like what's happening with the Republican establishment, she is a part of that establishment too. And so you can see that they have this rebellion going on against her. For God knows for a socialist, but I can't wait to get on this radio show every day because we already know that socialism is communism.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no difference.
But one thing that I am very upset about is that National Review article. Mm-hmm. Did you read any of it?
No. Go ahead. You can go over it.
Well, I got to do it from memory because I left it. But some of the people that wrote in this article was Thomas Sowell, Mona Charen, or your boy Michael Medved.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh boy. I'm gonna be honest. I caught Michael Medved the other day. He had Tavis Smiley on there just to. It burns me when he said that, that the Republican Party cannot continue to be an all-white party. Well, no, it's not an all-white party. This is a party that has an invitation for everybody. You don't have to. We don't have to go out and knock on your door. We shouldn't have. It's a part. You should say, well, you know what? I see the principles that they stand for. I want to be in the Republican Party because it's a principle party. The other side has become a party of everything that you see that's going on. The fringes. They're promoting everything that people are against.
When the Barbary pirates were getting tribute from us, we had to pay them. You remember that? Mm-hmm. Well, that's
sort of what we just did with Iran, right?
Yeah, that's what the Democrats are doing.
Absolutely.
They're paying tribute to all of these minority groups by saying, if you don't do what they want you to do, they're not going to ever vote for you. Yeah. And I feel like that's blackmail. Yeah. We are, as Republicans, are sitting back listening to this and then saying, we got to get more minorities into the party. There's an open door. That door swings both ways. You can come in or you can leave.
Phil, I can tell you one thing that me and you sat on the sideline for many years, and we can tell you, and the mayor can tell you right away, we got involved and went to the top right away without a problem. The mayor worked hard and knocked on doors and ran on principles and became the mayor right away.
That's right.
But like she said, it just like in that introduction, big government, the big government type, they got a lot of money.
The interesting thing too, Dale, it's very true. They have a lot of money, they have a lot of power, they have a lot of influence.
Matter of fact, let me just pause. I think I seen you on Keith when Keith Overman was on.
Oh
Lord, he had you on this.
Second worst person. Next only to Hitler. Can you imagine? Because I used a properly defined dictionary word to express my opinion about the judiciary overwriting the will of the people with a stroke of the pen. That was the source of my comment. Yes. But the truth of the matter is Donald Trump has brought more black people to the Republican Party in the past 4 months than anybody has done. And now I agree. I don't like what Donald Trump is doing right now with his bashing of Ted Cruz, especially because everyone that I know of, it's the difference between Donald Trump or Ted Cruz. Now, quite frankly, I'm a Rand Paul supporter, so if I'm going to stand on my principles, I'm going to vote for Rand Paul. But that is throwing a vote away.